We are back with Walser Wealth Wednesday, and today we are looking at the August U.S. Trustees report and how it impacts Social Security and Medicare. Wealth strategist and tax attorney Rebecca Walser joins me now, and I hope she is not going to make me read this bad boy because it's quite intense, Rebecca.
You know, it's so funny, Natalie. We have a graphic of this. Normally, I just show people the very front page.
Nice.
Here it is, the annual report of the Board of Trustees of Federal Old Age and Survivors Insurance and Federal Disability Insurance Trust Fund. And it comes out every year. This is my binder that we put it in. This is the actual report. Look at that. This is an entire, I think it's like 8 pounds. But, you know, I never want to be a sensationalist or ever scare anybody. Okay. The point of all of what we do is to let people know what's going on in the world and take appropriate actions, Natalie, so that they don't have to worry about, well, when this comes to fruition, what happens to me. The big point out of this 1,000+ page report is the underfunded status of both Social Security and Medicare.
Okay.
And, you know, it's interesting, this report used to come out in the summer, and it's been coming out later and later and later, and it's almost like, are they trying to make it come out when no one's looking and no one's going to talk about it? So unfortunately, in this report, the two pieces of data that we really look at are how underfunded Social Security is. And in 2017, this report does say that Social Security is underfunded to the tune of $15 trillion.
Right there, I was literally going to my head. Is she going to say million? Is she going to say billion? And you topped it by saying trillion.
Yeah, and to put that in perspective, our national debt, our debt is 20 trillion. It's surpassed 20 trillion now. So 20 trillion is our federal debt, separate and apart from our unfunded liabilities, which are Social Security and Medicare. Okay. Social Security is 15 trillion. So that's really close to the size of our national debt, as you can see. But the bigger, scarier number is the underfunded status of Medicare, which is underfunded by
the trillions.
$100 trillion.
Okay, so obviously it is important to know. That's why you spend the time going over it for your clients. And it is important to know, but what can people do about it? What can we do about it?
You know, what I see as a tax attorney and a report like this is that America is headed for major tax increases down the road as the boomers really start to retire en masse, which they haven't yet done, Natalie. 4 years from now, in 2022, about 70% of the boomers will start to retire and will continue to retire between 2022 and 2029. That's when I believe we'll have such massive pressure on our tax brackets that we've never experienced before. Because understand this, and I'm not trying to not be rosy here, but this is the reality. This is the worst fiscal position America's ever been in. $20 trillion of debt, the retirement of our largest generation, the baby boomers, on top of social programs that are totally underfunded is not a good combination. So I see massive tax rates increasing in our future, and it's important that people take steps now to deal with that reality.
And I know everyone's situation is different, and that's why having someone like yourself on their side is the key.
Absolutely.
Is there anything to keep in mind? I mean, it's definitely scary. So can we try to end on a
positive note?
Where can I go, Rebecca?
And it's all unicorns and rainbows, right? No, seriously, the truth is, the good news of all this is that you have actually listened to our segment. You've heard this information. Millions of Americans will never hear this information. No one has got the nerve to tell them. So take this information, call our office, and find out what you can do to protect yourself and your family.
Good stuff. I guess it is good to know about this.
Absolutely. I'm afraid for the people that don't hear our message and go into retirement and have no choices, no options.
Wow. Good stuff, Rebecca. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for doing your homework for us so that we don't have to. Well, if you want to give Rebecca a call, there's her phone number. There's the website. Thank you so much for coming in, as always.